Hi guys, it's Dottie. Here's the face. I'm looking like a hot mess because one, I was paying bills, got some groceries, and now I'm here painting. And I was like, well, you know what? Why don't I show them like a few of the things I do? So this is the Zuri sculpt, and she's already had her first coat of paint. You know, like the base. And now I'm working on the second. And all it is, let me see if I can find it. Oh, or did I put it back in this? Here we go. I always do the base coat in the baby skin. I don't know if y'all can see it or not. So anyways, I do it with the base coat of baby skin. And then I'll come either with Flesh 08 or Flesh 07, depending on how the baby is pulling me to do it. Okay. So, I know I probably am not doing like everybody else, but I put my stuff in these little cups, thin it down really good, you know, wipe it on my little spot down here. And because it's the base coat, I just kind of just do like this. I go through and go around the toes, because to me it's a lot easier if I do it like this. Since I've already went over this leg one time, I'm kind of trying to show you what it looks like. Then I take my sponge. Do you see this? This is my sponge that I use to do my skin tones with. And I have one that I do purple with, and my blushing and red, and then I have my blue, and then that's my yellow. And this is the one that I use for the matting. So I have all different colors, and this is what I do. But anyways, I'll take this and then I'll just go through and pounce out any little excess, because you don't want any built up, and you don't want any, you know, a hair, Dottie. That's another thing I'm learning. Don't root in your, let me see if that light's bothering y'all. Let me do it like this. No. Anyways, that's my lamp. Let me see if I can do it down a little bit. No. I wonder if it would work if I do like this. No. Okay. Anyways, I just go on with my sponge and I just pounce off any excess. And then I put it over here on my drying rack. And I move on to the next limb. And I always, when I'm painting, I always twirl it around, make sure it's all stirred up really good. And I don't know about y'all, but this is what I use. It is odorless mineral spirits, and it's clean strip. And this is what I have used on the last 4 babies that I have done, and it works great. I love it. It's like $4 or $5, and I usually, let's see, I get 2 babies out of this. I know you're like, what? But you have so many layers that you have to do. I mean, so I get about 2, maybe 3. I think that's what it was 2. And then out of the other bottle, I got 2. So yeah, it's 2 babies. So, anywho, I'm just showing you the process. I know it's like no fun, but I have some good news. Maybe for me, but not for some of y'all. I don't want anybody to get upset, but I sold Daisy to a girl locally. She's very sweet, and it just so happens that her boyfriend, husband, I don't even know. Maybe he is her boyfriend. I don't know. He used to work with my husband, and it was so funny. They were sitting here on my couch because I let him come to the house to pick up the baby. Ugh. So, anyways, okay, it was a little hair. So, anyways, my son had my truck because he was at work, and I told her, I said, look, I can't come to town. I'm looking like a hot mess, y'all. So I said, you can either come to my house or you're going to have to wait till like 5, 6 o'clock. She goes, well, if you don't mind. So I gave her the address. But anyways, they come to the house, and they were sitting on the couch, and I was letting her open up her baby and stuff. And she was just, going on and gushing and stuff like, all new mommies do. So I just pounce all over, you know, because this is just the base coat. This is not like how I do for the skin. I'm just trying to get up, you know, anyways. Oh, goodness. And I wear gloves all the time because I don't want fingerprints and things all over. So anyways, as we're sitting there, he looks at me and he said, does Steven such and such, he used to have a trailer on the other end of this property. And I just smiled. I said, well, that's my husband. And he smiled. He said, you don't remember me? I said, no, I'm sorry, I don't. And he said, I used to work with your husband. He said, I worked over, you know. So we proceeded to, you know, sit around and talk for a little bit. And it was just nice selling, you know, a baby locally. Well, then the next day, I sold Nettie. I decided that I'm just going to make my granny a different doll. And maybe I can make her something else. Because she hasn't called about it. She hasn't said anything. And, you know, it is what it is. So I said, okay, you know what? I'll just make her another one. I mean, it wasn't hard. I had an okay, you know, time doing it. So that's what I'm going to do, is make my granny another one, but not right now. So anyways, I put Nettie on for sale, and she sold within minutes. After I relisted her, I did relist her because it said that some of the places that I was trying to list her at, that it was an error. So I was like, okay, well that's kind of funny. So I went back and I fixed everything that I was supposed to fix. See, do you see the paint? It's really running. But then what I'll do is I'll paint all this like this really quick and around the toes. Because this is, I mean, like I said, this is just a base coat. So anyways, so then I take my sponge, pounce, boom, 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 boom. You can start getting some muscle, you hear me? Because you're sitting here doing this number. It's a good frustration thing too. You come in here, you're aggravated with your kids, your hubby, life itself. Just pounce away. Pounce, 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 pounce. And I just go all over, all over, all over. And let's see, let's get that right there. So that's done. So anyways, the girl that had bought Nettie, she bought her really quick, you know. So what I did was, I got her payment. I took her and mailed her off this morning to her. She's super excited, and she's here in Alabama like I am, but she's about 3 or 4 hours away. And I would have went and met her, but we both don't. I mean, I drive, but I don't drive out of town. If you get what I'm saying, I don't like driving long distances. Driving scares the heebie-jeebies out of me. So, all right, I'm just gonna do the face part really quick, and then I'll go back and do the back of the head. I know, you know, that doesn't seem like a bright thing to do, but that's how it works for me when I do it, because I make sure I get all this taken care of. Okay. Then we So anyways, she I told her I'm getting tongue-tied. I went and did this really sweet box opening for both the girls and their babies. And it made me feel so good. And I was like, man, is this what all artists feel like? I mean, I'm not an artist, of course, but I'm learning. I'm learning, and I'm having a fun time doing it, and not trying to toot my own horn. But, you know, it made me feel good. And then, I went to Walmart yesterday before, and actually it was before, Nettie sold, because when I got home is when I had the message that the girl wanted to buy Nettie. So anyways, I took Nettie and my new little one, Nate, which I absolutely adore. He is an adorable kid. He's the dominant kid. And he is so adorable. So adorable. Oh, anyways, so I took them to Walmart, and of course, you know, I had them in my little cart, and I have to ride around in that little, you know, that little moped thingies, because I have really bad legs. So, I've got a blanket you know, straightened out, and I've got them laying there, all cutesy wootsy and everything. And, people would look, and you would hear them when they went by, and go, "Did you see that baby?" You know, things like that, and I thought it was funny. But then when I got to the register, this girl was like, the one checking us out was like, "Is that one of those silicone babies?" And I just kind of giggled a little bit. I was like, "No, she's not. You know, they're not silicones. They're reborns." "Oh my goodness, my baby has been wanting one of them. Do you make them?" I said, "I made both of these." You know, we went through the whole process. So, let me clean my brushes really quick. I have a little thing that I keep my liquid paint thinner in, and I like to clean my brushes out and make sure I don't have a lot of paint in them when I do it like this. So anyways, I'm sitting out here at the register, getting my, you know, my bank card out, and my son's loading up the cart, and this lady's just going on. She's like, "Oh girl, you gotta come over here and look at this baby." So I've got like 6 or 7 women, excuse me, looking and going, "Oh my gosh, you made this," and of course they're wanting to hold them and touch them, and you know, I don't have a problem with that. Well, then they asked me my price, and I told them, and one lady, no, 2 ladies just walked on by, didn't say hey, nothing. I mean, they're standing there talking too and engaging in conversation with me, but as soon as I said the price, they were like, no. So then, this other lady was standing there. She looked at me. She goes, "You know, I would so buy that for my niece." She said, "But I just don't see the point in spending that kind of money on a doll." And I said, "Well, they're not just dolls." And I wasn't trying to be mean, and I didn't want to come off as I was being rude either. I said, "They're not just dolls." I said, "They're actually collectors. You know, people collect these." Let me clean this other brush. People collect them, and people, you know, use them as for role playing, or they're not just for adults, they're for kids. I said, now they are used in nursing homes for dementia patients. And let me get my towel. What did I do with my towel? Oh, right here. So, I said, you know, they're used for patients with dementia. There are also a lot of women that have anxiety and depression, said that, you know, they think that they help them. And I told them, I said, you know, I have anxiety and depression problems. And sometimes, you know, I'm getting my Devin out. I redid him, guys. I know you can't tell very well because of the light. But do you see all that mottling and stuff? Yes, the little man is coming together quite nicely. See his face? Bam! I took all his paint off and redid him. So anyways, let me see how, just a few more minutes and then I can put her in there. She'll be pretty much dry. So anyways, so we're standing there, this girl just looks at me, she goes, "I just don't see the point of buying it." Well, then there was a few ladies that took my business cards, and I have business cards now, thanks to my sis. Love you, Karen. It was just so nice. It was so nice. Oh Lord, what did I do with that? I had some, oh yeah, I used it all. Okay. Anyways, I made up some blushing to do, like the bottoms of the feet and stuff for my little man right here. And that's not it. That's not it. Let me get my paints really quick. I don't have a lot. And you will be surprised that a lot of the stuff that I use, I am learning to do it by mixing colors. I am. By mixing colors. What's my blush? Okay, that's my warm blush. No, I'm going to take that out just in case I want to use that. So anyways, I gave out my cards. It was just really nice, you know. It made me feel good. I don't know about anybody else, but it made me feel good. So, I'm looking at what I need. Sitting right there in front of me, guys. Sitting right there in front of me. It's lip, blush, and nails. So, I am going to do the nails and the lips really quick. Because I'll go back and do some more blushing. But I want to do a totally different color for that. So anyways, what I was getting at is, it was so nice yesterday. It was so nice. I just absolutely, and a lot of people just like, don't do that. They don't like, they go, I don't. I kind of like, I'm scared to get too much. So I dab the brush a little bit, dab, 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 and then I mix it. And if it's a little too dark, I'll add a little white or add a little more daggone, my brain's, mineral spirits or paint thinner or whatever you want to call it. So let me put that on. But yeah, I had a wonderful time, and I have been having a wonderful time doing this. And let me get this is what I use for my nail brush. It is number 2 Pristine Flat Shader. It says flat shader, but I use it for my nails and my lips. Or I use this for my lips. And this is a Filbert 6. I don't know if you can see it. I use that too. Depending on how big the baby's cuticles and things like that, you know, their fingers. And I gotta show y'all this. This comes in so handy. Oh my goodness. I'm glad I found this. Excuse me. This is a nail tip pen. And it is in white. And Irresistible sells it. And McPherson sells it. And Dolls by Sandy sells it. I think Dolls by Sandy is it Dolls So Real. Anyways, they all sell this white tip nail. I didn't get the gel. I got the other one. It's just white tip. And let me tell you this. It was so easy. Just take this little pen and do very lightly where I wanted it. It was so easy. So easy. So anywho, let me see. I can yap for one more minute, because then we're gonna put me at 2 minutes. And I am so sorry, y'all. I'm looking like a hot mess. I need to get my hair did. I need to do something about my face. I haven't been to a beauty salon in so long. I have just let all that go. Have you ever did that? I mean, just, you let yourself go. I don't wear makeup anymore, and I used to be one of those people that lived for makeup. I mean, makeup was amazing. For me, it was. I don't know about for some, but I just want to put some color on his lips. I'm scared I don't want to do too much, because I don't want his lips to look red, you know, but I'm trying here. You see? He looks so sad. So sad. Open your nose. I like it when their noses are red. I mean, does anybody else like that? Because I do. Just give it a little more nose. Let's pounce it, pounce it, pounce it. Alright, that's all I'm going to do. No, I'm probably going to go in his ears too, because I like a little more color right there. Give it some more depth. Anyways, so I have let myself go. I'm hoping that I can start getting back into like me, you know. I know the dolls and stuff are me, but after a while, you know, you spend so much on your babies. I spend a lot on my kids, but then I spend a lot on my babies. Oh goodness. I use this to run in between the lips to get any of that excess off. Like, see the lip? I just get right here at the corner and I just run through there and it pushes it out the side. Then I take my little spongy do and just do that. Yeah. And then I'll pounce in his ear because this is what I've been using like to do the excess red and stuff on, or take it off really. So he's coming along so nicely, so nicely. But anywho, I have spent 20 minutes gabbing, painting, and I may be back on to show you how I'm mopping that baby. So you guys have a wonderful Monday, and I may or may not be back. I've got to go cook supper in just a few minutes because it's like 4, I think it's like 4:30 here. And my husband, oh, let me see what time it is. It's 4:45. My husband gets off work in about 15 minutes. So I'll probably start supper in about 45 minutes. So that gives me 45 minutes to continue painting. So you guys have a wonderful Monday. And me and the babies are going to say, bye guys.